speaking of requesting a trade, as I segue us in,
let her rip. Let her
ready.
rip.
I'm
I'm
ready.
going mute. I'm going mute.
No, I want to start off with I don't want to read all of this. It's way too much to read. But the simple fact of it was Micah Parsons, right, requests a trade from Dallas. I had worked. It was Friday morning. I worked like an 8 to 2 at Kroger. I got home from work and I saw something. It was like Micah may request a trade, and then literally hours later, he requests a trade. Goes on this long conversation of how they don't want to talk to his agent. They want to talk to him one-on-one. That's how Jerry's always done it. But he's like, no, you can talk to my agent. Da 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 da. And now he has requested a trade, and you've got players in the organization, siding with Micah Parsons. CeeDee Lamb said, never fails, just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extracurricular. Des Bryant went on and said something about it. And then Jerry Jones made a response and said, I would say to our fans, don't lose any sleep over this. Daryl, you feel the same way. You think he gets paid?
I feel the exact 100% same way.
Yeah,
Jerry
I think
Jones
he gets
pays
paid.
his players. He plays games, and that's, you know what, though? Here's the thing. People are knocking Jerry Jones. Oh, he's a terrible owner. He's a terrible GM. Well, he still, granted, the Super Bowl was back in the VHS days, but here's the deal. It goes back to the Emmitt Smith situation. Jerry Jones is who he is. Emmitt Smith sat out the 92 season, first 2 games of the season with a contract holdout. They signed him to the deal, and they went on to win the Super Bowl. Jerry Jones is consistent if he's not anything else, okay? And I'm not a Cowboys fan, and I'm not a Cowboys hater, but we're just talking about real life here. He is who he is. He's shown you who he is. He pays his guys. He wants to do it his way. If you remember, we were talking about what Garrett said. Hey, Jerry Jones likes to negotiate and talk to his players. He wants them to feel at home, and maybe he says, well, maybe I can save a couple dollars. I don't know, maybe he's saying that, maybe he's not. But Jerry Jones is who he is, and as he gets older, he's getting more and more, loving his players, put his arms around them. So that's who he is. I don't have an issue with it as long as at the end of the day it gets done, right? And I'm telling you, before Labor Day, Micah Parsons is going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. What's the complaint?
And Parsons said it on his Twitter when he put out the note. He wanted to get this deal done a long time ago. He didn't care what anybody else was going to get paid. He was trying to get this done before the other DNs got paid. Now, whether he would have asked to got paid more because of the fact, we really don't know. It sounds like he wouldn't have cared either way. He just wanted to be in Dallas. And Daryl, I get what you're saying, but it's not even needed. It's not even warranted. And this goes back to what I've said for the last couple of years, since probably after 2016. It doesn't feel like he wants to win whatsoever as long as there is a decent product out on the field. There's been time and time again where we lose in the playoffs and he says, oh, we're going to make changes. And then you make absolutely no changes whatsoever. I awarded him for the Pickens trade because it's a 1-year rental. Pickens is a good wide receiver. I'm not going to say Pro Bowl-esque. He has the potential to be. He played really good in Pittsburgh. I think you had to get another receiver, and I applaud them for doing so. But when you don't pay the best defensive end out in the NFL right now, because he is, there's some arguments. I think if Hutchinson wouldn't have got hurt, I would probably say he's probably number 2 or number 1.
I still don't say he's better than the guy in Cleveland.
Oh, okay. You think Miles is first?
Miles, yeah. Miles.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I forgot about Miles, but 1A, 1B, whatever.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Jerry Jones, he signed Dak, right? Big contract, right? And fair enough, but he signed him. If he didn't want to win, he would take 3 or 4 ones, a couple of 2s, and some players for this guy. The man said this weekend he ain't trading him. He wants him to be a factor with regard to the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl. So we say he doesn't want to win. I can't believe I'm sitting there defending Jerry Jones, but he doesn't want to win. But here's the deal. People say he doesn't want to win.
He doesn't want to win.
If he didn't want to win, so to your point, Why would you sign the second best edge rusher
He
in the
just
game?
wants a good product out on the field. That's all he
Hey, listen,
wants.
they're gonna be 7 to 9
That
wins with or
that's my
without this
point. That's
defensive
my
end.
point.
But
He
my
doesn't
but my
care.
but my point being is, if you don't want to win, right? You saying that you get rid of this guy. Say, well, he didn't want to stay. We went young again. We're gonna try again.
He's
The
gonna be
man
on.
said he wants to win a Super Bowl before he dies.
That's not gonna
He
happen.
well,
He's
hold
too
on, hold on.
incompetent.
But I'm just going by what he says. I'm not
I
saying he is this.
understand, but
I'm just saying so that tells me he wants to win. Why?
he can sign it. He can sign Micah Parsons back, but that's only because you got to have names out on the field. It's the same
No,
reason.
the name is the Cowboys. The star is a standalone. The
That,
star,
that,
he doesn't need Micah Parsons. The star, I'm telling you, Dallas Cowboys move the needle more than any other football franchise, win, lose, or draw. I'm here to tell you that. I see it. Everything runs around the Dallas Cowboys. They've got 9 national games this year for a mediocre team. They're not doing it because, hey, I can't wait to watch Dak. I can't wait to watch, CD Lamb. CD Lamb's a good receiver, very good receiver. Pickens. Man, it's that star. It's star power. They're the most valuable franchise in professional sports right now, in American professional sports, for a reason.
as long as there's a halfway decent product, I don't think Jerry wants to win. I
It
don't
don't
think
even have to be halfway decent, because halfway decent gets your fans up excited at the beginning of the season, and
That's my point. That's
then
my
come week
point.
7. But that's what
Everyone's
I'm
so
saying.
everyone's so bought into this team.
The nation is bought into the team.
that's my
Dallas
point. That's
Cowboys,
my point.
and then they're going to stop for
He
them
doesn't,
having another
but that's my
8-win
point.
season.
That's why I said I don't think he cares that much about winning. If he wanted to win,
The man said he cares.
Schottenheimer wouldn't have gotten
I'm
hired.
gonna take him. I'm gonna take him for what he said. He said he wants to win. I'm gonna take him. I don't know him personally,
Yeah,
right?
but
So
I don't buy it.
he's putting his best foot forward. Micah Parsons is going to sign. Calm down. After he signs,
I'm not.
he's going to be the highest paid defensive end, and they're still going to roll to a 9-win season.
I understand that, but my point is,
Maybe 10 if
quit
things work
playing
right.
these games and just sign these people. You're just an old crotchety old man. Just get the
He
deal
wants to make the
done.
splash. Listen, it's all about the brand. He
I
wants
get
his
it,
guy.
but that's the
That gives
part
him
that's
that he
frustrating.
makes money having his guy the highest paid guy. It's a show for him. It's his guy.
That's
It's
my
my
point.
stage.
He cares
It's
about the
my
entertainment. He
stage.
doesn't care to
Right.
win. He doesn't want to
Well,
win.
but here's the deal, right? They're mid team. You can sign Micah. You can bring in Lamar Jackson to Dallas. You're still in the same boat, right?
I
Because
disagree.
that's where they are.
I
It's
disagree.
fair enough, but that's where they are, right? They're mid team right now, and that's what happens, right? But again, I don't knock Jerry Jones for waiting. He says I'm going to have that helps him and his brand. To your point, but also it helps the team having the second best defensive end in the league signed up and locked up. That's fine. Yeah, I think he wants to win, man. I just think
He doesn't.
he's just going. I think he's stuck in his ways, man.
That's my
I think,
yeah. He's just
and it happens.
it's
Again, I
stupid.
see your pain, man.
He's just stupid. Like I just don't understand
Hey,
this. Like
hey,
it doesn't make any
defending the
sense.
Dallas Cowboys and their brand, the star, we them boys, and all the
It
other
doesn't
things.
make any
I
sense.
can't believe
He's
I'm
defending
defending these
Jerry
guys.
Jones, but then the night Tyrese got hurt, he was like, "Man, it is what it is." It was just
Yeah,
like,
well, because it's an
what
injury. You
the
can't help that.
But still,
You
it's
can't
like
help that. This can be helped.
there was no just like, man, it was just like, is what it is. But then
I was disappointed, yeah, because those are my boys. But look, big picture, maybe this is why I'm so calm about it, because I'm not a Cowboys fan, and I'm looking at it from a different
yeah,
perspective.
you don't
Because I'm not a fan. Because I'm not a fan.
look. I
So
have, like I said,
maybe I'm the one with the better take.
my emotional detachment has been
You're
gone
a
for
wreck. You
my
are a wreck.
no. My emotional attachment to this team has been gone for a long time. But when I got that report, I went and took a nap. I woke back up and I read what he put out on Twitter, and I said, "Man, how stupid do you have to be to wait this long?" I mean, you paid Dak Prescott, who can't win a playoff game, instead of paying Micah. You paid
Man, but
Dak. You should have
back
traded Dak.
here's the thing: you quarterback, and Dak was your best option. The guy beat out the great Tony
He should have
Romo, came in,
restarted. He should have
played well,
restarted.
snapped his leg, came back and played, man.
I
That's a
like
good
Dak. I
quarterback.
like Dak, but
I don't think it's a great quarterback. I
I
think Dak's
like
a very
Dak.
good
I like
quarterback.
Dak, but it's over. That time frame is done. He needs to go somewhere else. He's not going to win in Dallas because of his own faults as a quarterback. He's great in the regular season. He's top 5 in MVP voting some years, but he's not going to win in the playoffs. We talk about Justin Herbert. He's the NFC's Justin Herbert. He can't win in the playoffs. He shouldn't be
well,
that.
I would say
He beat an old Tom Brady in the wild card, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh my gosh, he knows how to win now. And to be fair, he gave
I'm
San
looking here.
Francisco.
Dak Prescott in 2023. Dak Prescott 4,500 yards passing, 70% completion rate, 36-9. Man,
He does that all the
that's a hell of a season. That's a hell of a season.
He does it all the time in the regular season. And then he goes to the playoffs, and he had a chance to shut out the Niners, not shut them out, but win the game in the third and fourth quarter, and they couldn't score. He can't do it in the playoffs. He'll never do it in the playoffs.
Well, that happens, and he'll do
It's
better.
happened every year since 2016.
He was out last.
He was out last year. That's fine. I get
right.
it.
So his last full year,
last
he was
year
MVP type numbers.
Last year I gave him. There was no. Last year I didn't give him any flack.
Dak Prescott is the top 12 quarterback.
Last year I gave him no flack because that team.
Well, he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it. But this year he's coming out. He's going to be ready to roll. I'm telling you, Dak Prescott. I'm booking right here. He's going to throw for 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, and less than double-digit interceptions.
Like he does every year. Like he does every year. And then we'll get to the wild card against Green Bay, and we'll get blown out. And then I'm going to be back on this pod saying, well, look at that. Dak Prescott lost in the playoffs again. And everybody's like, I still love you, number 4. No, I want you gone. I love Dak, but he's got to go. I wish
he's doing his best, man.
I wish they would. He's doing his best. I wish they would have restarted at quarterback. I think it's time. I think it's time for a change at QB. And I've said that for a long. You're not going to win with Dak. You're not going to win with Dak. It's not going to happen unless Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, and Brock Purdy are outcome the playoffs. They're not going to win, and even then, they'll still lose.
Oh man, you are really, really difficult on your team, man. I'm sitting there trying to give you some balanced perspective on why the Dallas Cowboys.
I've been here since 2014. What can go wrong will go wrong. I'm telling you. I've seen this story every year.
You can't plan injuries. And guys, it happens, right? They're in the NFC's that division is a tough division. You got a team who's really trying hard. You got an owner who's doing his best.
No, he's not.
I just think
he's not doing his best. You're being sarcastic with me.
No.
You're riling me up.
Listen.
Jerry Jones is trying
doing his best.
His best player just requested a trade because he won't.
That happens. Terry McLaurin requested a trade. Guys request trades. It's just part of the business side. It's okay.
No, man, I'm not buying that. You're giving Jerry Jones way too much credit.
When he signs,
I know he's going to sign.
We're going to go live and say, listen, Jerry has now made the decision. So try to win. He's going for the win.
They're not going to win. I get what you're saying, but they're not going to win. I think they are. I think if McLaurin actually gets traded, Washington season's done. I think they'll be better than Washington. I think right now them and Washington are close, and then you got Philadelphia all the way up there.
I don't think they're close, but I think Washington has a dynamic offense. They've added a lot on defense, right? And I don't think Dallas added enough, to be contenders. Sure enough, right? But a lot of teams are in that same boat. But again, from a Dallas perspective, 7 to 9-ish wins is where they're going to be. They'll go on a 3-game winning streak where they're looking like they can't be stopped. Then they'll turn around and they'll lose to the Giants in Cowboy Stadium. And that's kind of who the Cowboys been for the last 15 years. That's kind of who they've been.
But Jerry Jones is trying his best.
I think he is, man. I mean, okay. What about the other teams who haven't made Super Bowl and things? What do we say about teams like Minnesota, Detroit, Cleveland? Green Bay hasn't made it, right? They've been in the playoffs. They have, a lot of teams have been in that. NFL is a difficult league to win in, man. You only got 17 bites at the apple. Injuries come into play. Things happen, right? Just keep on grinding, man.
Heard it all before.
Dallas, yeah, granted, from a playing perspective on the field, they're not who their brand is. Their play doesn't match their brand. But there's no team that's going to be able to their play is going to be able to match that brand. That's a worldwide brand. They cannot come close to matching that brand.
Heard the story.
And what's happening? Cowboys fans have these unrealistic hopes.
Oh, I know.
Just expect the fact you're going to be 7 to 10 wins a year. Because you're going to be relevant. Because guys are going to want to come.
I'm going to get slaughtered for what I said about Dak, and people love Dak, and I don't.
I like Dak too, man. He's a good dude.
I like Dak. Great dude. Great dude.
He never embarrassed the organization. He's
a great person.
Snapped his leg.
I know.
They got a discount.
I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken when he snapped his leg. But my point is, for all the things that he has done, I still can't get people to admit this man will not win in the playoffs. It's not going to happen. Put it to bed. We had one of the best rosters a couple years ago. We had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. We had a great roster, and we had a top 5 roster for years, and we couldn't win. That's my point. He's already had the best roster he's going to have here. The next best roster we're going to have is not going to happen for another 2 to 3, maybe 4 to 5 years. He's not going to win. Move on now. There's no point.
He's shown that year he got hurt, he came back and played. Right after he got healthy and played. And all I can say is what Dak's done as a healthy quarterback is put himself in the top 10. And we're talking about, regular season, right? Playoffs a little different animal. Teams are worn down, injuries happen, and things, things tend to steamroll, right? I say Dak stays in Dallas, and you're going to sign Micah Parsons before Labor Day, and all is going to be well in Dallas.
All's gonna be well. 7 and 9's all in well. I don't like.
Come on, man. You can't.
7 and 9. All is well though. All is well.
Okay, fine. 7 to 10. Give it 7 to 10. 7 to 10 wins.
All is well though. Man, whatever. Luka got paid. I'm fine.
You got. Here's the thing. You gotta lower the expectations.
My expectations are lower. I understand. It's just it's just that's my point. I have my expectations have been low for the last 3 years since I had enough.
You're so hard on Dak, and I'm sitting there looking at Justin Herbert's numbers in the 2021 season, 5,000 yards.
Herbert's never had as good of a team as Dak.
Man, he threw for 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns on 672 attempts.
Herbert?
He threw to somebody, yeah. He threw to somebody.
Bombs.
Hell, but there's no bums in the NFL.
Come on, man. I'm joking. I mean, he had Keenan Allen for a stretch, but Keenan Allen's he's not.
Listen, I think you're too hard on the Cowboys. I think you're too high on Justin Herbert.
I'm too hard on the Cowboys.
I would take.
I'm too hard
today. I would take Dak over Justin Herbert.
Okay, that's not a crazy argument, but still.
Right. That's my point. That's my point. The guy's a good
I'm too hard on them.
Look at the teams who don't have a quarterback. Talk to the team. Talk to Cleveland. Ask them how they would feel about Dak. Talk to some of these other teams that don't have a quarterback.
I am for restarting. Trade him. Get him out. Let him go.
But now you're talking about 3 or 4 years of 4 to 7 wins.
Awesome. I want 4 wins. I want a new quarterback. I want a new QB. I don't want
Pittsburgh hasn't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. Look at Oakland, haven't had a quarterback. New England hasn't had a quarterback since Tom Brady left.
But they drafted one. They drafted one. I want to draft one. I want a fresh start. I want a new quarterback.
Atlanta hasn't. I mean, there's a lot of teams that wish they had a guy like Dak Prescott.
Just to lose in the playoffs? I mean, he could actually. But
I'd rather lose the playoffs than not make the playoffs.
He may go win somewhere else.
I cannot believe I am
defending them.
Listen, I'm a Bama fan defending a Mississippi State quarterback, and then
I know we took your guy. I know we took your guy in the first round, but come on.
But also they didn't get Derrick Henry 2 years ago when they should have. But that's another story.
Don't get me started, please. Don't get me started. Oh my God, I could. You know what? there will be, because there will be some, so I'm gonna give an update on what we've got, content we've got coming from the pod. There will be a video coming out here
Oh my
soon.
gosh.
But I'm gonna make a weekly reaction video to every Cowboys game, and we should probably do one for the Colts as well. But yeah,
If we do a weekly reaction from the Cowboys season this year, we not only are we going to have a hell of a lot more subscribers, we'll probably go viral at some.
bro, because I this
Listen,
okay.
I'm
gonna
this
ask
is
you. I'm gonna
football.
ask.
This is football season, man, and I'm ready for all
I'm
of
gonna
it.
ask you a question.
Okay.
If when Dak has bad games, I when I because I'm telling you right now, I don't buy Dak. I think a lot of people, Cowboys fans specifically, I have a group chat with Cowboys fans.
Oh,
Dak, and they all love Dak, and I don't mind. I think I've
hey,
said it.
let's roll with
Dak
Dak, man.
Dak
Let's
is a
roll with
great
Dak.
QB. Not a great. He's a very good
Very good
QB.
quarterback. Exactly.
But my problem is he's not going to win you. He's not going to win in the playoffs. If we can be a playoff team for years and years, that's great. But you're not going to win in the playoffs. You're not. You're not going to win with them. You say Lamar, and I think Lamar is a great example either because he ain't won in the playoffs. I mean, when we're talking about winning in the playoffs, it's about getting to the conference championship or going to the Super Bowl, which he's
But you
gotten to
just
the.
said you'd rather take Lamar over Dak.
Yes, I would.
But they both have had the same success pretty
If
much.
if Lamar Jackson got the Dallas Cowboys to the NFC Championship, I would take that as a Super Bowl any day of the week. Because when we lost to San Francisco, you know what I was saying at halftime? Just get us to the NFC Championship. Just get us to the NFC Champ. I didn't even want the Super Bowl. I just wanted to have that feeling of the conference championship. That's literally it. That's how bad it's gotten. I just wanted to get to the
Listen,
NFC title game. At least
something,
Lamar would get us
something,
there.
something tells me Dallas is going to have a good season this year. Something tells me they're going to have a
Now
good
it's
season this
now.
year.
Is that 7-9? Or are you saying they get to the
No,
playoffs?
no, not saying 7 and 9. I'm saying wins between 7 and 9, maybe 10 if things go right. Right? Because again, it could happen, man. Don't knock Dak just yet, man. There's an opportunity
What am I hearing? I don't. All right. I don't know. But we're gonna see what happens. I'm not happy at all.
We got to wind down. We got a guy coming in 9 minutes, so we
I'm
got.
not. I'm not happy whatsoever. I don't think we're gonna be good. I hope we're not good. I don't want this season to be good. I hope Micah gets. I hope they have to trade Micah, and I hope it all goes downhill. Because I don't like this organization. I should have bandwagoned a long time ago. I I don't like him. I don't like it at all. I love Micah and I love CD and I like that, but he shouldn't be. He should have not have been the quarterback 2 years ago. It should have. He shouldn't have been here. He should have been traded. Something's got to change, and nothing's got to change until Jerry Jones isn't in charge. And Stephen Jones is okay, but I don't think Stephen Jones is much better either. So it's all a crapshoot.
I gotta give me a Cowboy flag, man.
There's a reason I was wearing a Reggie Wayne jersey last week and not Cowboys. I'm gonna be watching the Colts more than I'm watching that. We're gonna get to
No,
week
you're
7.
not. You're gonna watch more of the Cowboys because they're on TV every week. They're on
And
national TV
because
every week.
you're gonna want to you're gonna want the reactions for the channel. you want I
I'm gonna set up a camera in your place, and we're just gonna go live. We go like a ring camera. We're just gonna just start posting your reactions, man. I think that'll be a winner right there.
I just I don't have a reaction to give about the games anymore because I already know how the season's gonna go. We're gonna go into Kansas City. We're gonna go into Philadelphia, and we're gonna week 1. It's gonna be close against Philly, and I'm gonna and people are gonna be like, you know what? We can beat some of the top, and then we're gonna get smushed by Detroit. Smushed by. I already know this script. We're gonna give a close game against Philly. Hell, we may even beat Philly by 1 point due to a field goal, and then everyone's like, the Cowboys are. We're gonna have all the
They'll be
media
ready.
talking. You're gonna have all the media and the fans about, oh, we're contenders. We beat Philadelphia. Da, da, da. And then we're gonna be like 9-8. We'll squeak into the playoffs, losing the wild card to Green Bay, or we're gonna lose to we're gonna lose to Brock Purdy, or we're gonna lose to Mark Sanchez because he had to fill in for this guy, and then we're gonna get beaten by some retired quarterback that came back and beats us in the wild card. just some unfortunate loss because Dak doesn't play well in the playoffs. So that's my rant. I really hope this season goes bad because I just want to see things get worse and worse until there's some real change. Because I like the Pickens trade. I think you had to do it. I think we've got some nice young running backs, but other than that, this season's going to be a total crapshoot. I hope Dak doesn't play well. I hope the defense doesn't play well. I hope it all goes wrong because I want to be mad at that point. I'll be like, you know what? I hope Arch Manning declares at that point because then we're primed right in to make a complete change at quarterback. The same way the Bears had to move on from Justin Fields, I want us to be in a position to where we have no choice but to move him. So because we have to take this prime quarterback prospect. Same way the Colts had to move from Peyton Manning, I want that same position for the Cowboys to be, and then we've got no choice but for change because it's not going to happen until there's a different quarterback leading the offense. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the quarterback. It's going to come down to the QB, and we've already seen it. Dak's not going to get it done. I know it. I know it.
Fair enough, right? Fair enough. This is going to be good. So give us a wind down and get us up out of here.
All right, we've got an interview coming up. I got to calm back down because now I get to talk about a real winning organization like the Warren Central Warriors here in a couple minutes. So, folks, when we come back, we will have our interview here in just a moment. I'm not going to reveal the guest here yet. I'll review it when we get to that interview. But, folks, that is going to do it. We got more content coming up right here on the Game Time Podcast.